Why does some days feel so amazing and others feel so blah? And what should I do on the days when I do feel blah? Let's figure this out together. Hey, it's me again, Jody, in case you were wondering. I'm going on an adventure today. October in New York. Turns out I got the last phone in the entire store. That's crazy. Thanks, Mom, for pushing me so I can get the new phone. Because you know I wouldn't change it. Good morning. Playing with the actual phone and figuring out all the settings and everything, and actually using Blackmagic camera app to shoot log, because oh my gosh, I can finally shoot log on an Apple. That makes me happy. It's the days when I feel like blah that I kind of ask myself, what do I do? I've learned that doing things that are repetitive and just boring will help move the day along to where it doesn't feel like it's dragging. This is specifically for the days when my brain power is like 0.0 something. Small things that make me feel like I'm accomplishing something. The act of doing that one thing over and over and over. It's like a trance, but it's taking me out of the blah. So to me, that's a good thing. What type of boring things do you do whenever you're in a blah mood? Maybe there's nothing that separates the awesome days from the days when I feel like blah. Maybe the only separation is me. Maybe things are always the same way, and it's how I look at them that changes from day to day. Is it me? Maybe things don't have a meaning until I assign it to them. Maybe they're just things. It is me. I'm the one who decides this on either a conscious level or more than likely a super deep subconscious level. I think it's me. For some strange reason, I always feel comfortable in small corners. And for years, I've had this corner wherever I lived that would just be mine. I think the first time I really vividly remember having my own corner to myself was, I'm gonna guess around 7, 8, maybe 8, 9 in Jamaica. And I was living in this tenement yard, which basically is an apartment building, but everyone shares a bathroom. My grandmother with my cousin and I were in one room, and there was a little kitchen area and a little living room area. So it wasn't just like a studio. It was sort of like a one bedroom. There were two other men and then one other woman and her family. And then in this little house over by himself was another person. So there was 6 people in the yard who all used the same bathroom. Yeah. The guy who basically lived by himself, he kind of just showered in his backyard where no one can see him. But that's putting it nicely, because no one really had a backyard where it's like, oh, this is a backyard. It was like, yeah, it's a land, it's a small house, and there was space in the back. But I remember beside the bed in our little section, there was a little corner that was cut out and was just small enough to fit me. And I put all my little books and my little trinkets and everything in this corner. And whenever I was in this corner, that was my happy time. That was me. I just felt like I could be exactly who I am in that moment, unfiltered and everything. And that corner made me feel very safe. So I think that's where the association with small corners came from, where everywhere I go, I have to find this little corner for myself where this is my corner and no one really comes into this corner because this is me. This is for me. No one's invited in here. And when I moved into my apartment, I had to stop myself from finding my little corner inside my apartment, because now I no longer need a little corner. I have the entire place to myself. That was a special feeling. And the part that really stuck with me mostly is I still look for little corners. Everywhere I go, everywhere I travel, every Airbnb that I stay, every hotel room that I stay, I have my little corner where it's just for me and no one else is invited. I have now come to understand that that little corner that I seek and find everywhere that I go is me time. I choose those things for me, not to involve someone else. Because if every waking hour is being given to someone else, then what's that for me? And that's kind of something that I dealt with as a child growing up and everything, because I was the eldest. So I was always taking care of my younger siblings and cousins and everybody. That kind of became a thing as I grew older, where I still ended up being the oldest one in my group. So I still kind of took care of everyone and everything, but I still needed that little corner for myself. That little corner kind of becomes my safe zone, where if anything's stressing, anything is making me feel like not me, anything is just too much, I go in my corner. And that is not what the whole talk to you was about. But as soon as I cozied up on the window's edge, the ledge, the Windows ledge, I just felt like this is my little corner. Even though that doesn't really make sense, but to me it makes sense. But then I have little corners everywhere because which is great, because if you live somewhere and you have little corners everywhere, then that means everywhere is your safe place. But besides that, having your safe space and just somewhere where you can go whenever life becomes too much is a gift, and one that I am very proud to have. And I know it kind of came out of trauma, because seeking a safe space inside a place that should be completely safe just meant that I needed to get away from everything. And my body was smart enough to do that without my brain understanding what was happening. But my brain loved it, so I just never fought it. I don't know. These are the things that we pick up when we're kids and we grow into adults, and we find ourselves doing similar things, and that feeling reminds us of something familiar. Sometimes it's good to dig into where it came from and understand why your younger self felt like it needed to do that to protect you. Yeah. That, and having safe spaces for yourself to just come back to yourself. That is important. If you can't come back to being yourself, who are you being? If you don't give yourself that time for when you feel frazzled and you feel like everything is just gonna blow up and everything is just way too much, if you don't give yourself that time to come back to you, who are you being? That's a good question to ask.
I'm gonna dance by myself like nobody's watching. Don't really care if my rhythm's off, 'cause I'm gonna dance like nobody's watching me. I'm gonna dance by myself like nobody's watching. Don't really care if my rhythm's off, 'cause I'm gonna dance like nobody's watching me. I'm gonna dance, 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 dance. I'm gonna dance, 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 dance. I'm gonna dance, dance, dance like nobody's watching me. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna dance.
Today's Thursday, and I normally end my vlogs either on Friday or Saturday. But for some reason, I feel like since this week has been a lot of sporadic recording, I may or may not record tomorrow. I'm still gonna have my camera on me, so if I'm actually recorded anything, I'll just put it right here so you can see. But this entire week has taught me that sometimes I just have to go with the things that are repetitive, do the things that make me feel like myself, find that familiar feeling where I understand that I'm safe. Sometimes when the moods get really, really hard to handle, it's those moments that will keep me going. It's the routine of doing the laundry, of sitting in a corner, doing the things that feels familiar. Yeah, I'm gonna do more of those things. maybe you should think of doing more of those things as well. Okay? Not that I'm trying to tell you what to do, just a suggestion. All right? I'll talk to you next week. Bye.